Trump got elected, and I was living in Louisville, and up to the point that he got elected, all the like soccer and swim moms in my little suburban world, when I would say I worked in politics, they'd get very uncomfortable. They didn't really want to talk to me very much about what I did. Like, they just didn't really want to talk about politics at all. The minute he gets elected, it was like a total shift. Questions, thoughts, theories, like, coming to me wanting to engage with this. And so, I mean, I guess the one thing you can say for Trump is he definitely got the country way more politically engaged. I'm kind of on the fence.
That is exactly why I made America great again. It was really incredible then. It's going to be even more. No, it's going to be even more incredible in 24. Right. And why? Because, Jen, we are making America great again. Damn right.
Very well done.
I can actually feel the letchiness. Like I can actually that, and when you're Bill Clinton, that also.
Well, no, we have a lot of wonderful ladies here this evening. They're really incredible. I would say you're about a 3, you're about a 4, you're about a 2.5. But believe me, I'm totally open. Beggars can't be choosers. It depends on the night of the week. You never know.
So gross.
It's amazing. It's interesting because I feel like there were a couple of things that all came together at the wrong time. Certainly the Trump factor was one. And then it's just a shift of people on social media. If you were sort of early on Twitter, there were more discussions about other things, but kind of around the same time, a lot of the discourse on social also became political. So you had like this big Trump factor and this shift in social, and it just, went in the complete wrong direction. And going back to Jen, what you were saying earlier is, unfortunately, most of the people who are talking either don't have the same set of facts or don't have facts at all. Like, the things that people say are just like where did you come up with that from? Like, a simple Google search would solve that. And so really it's sort of seeped into every aspect of our lives. And I think for our own like mental sanity, and to have any hope of moving forward, in any sort of productive way, I think we need to start to separate that back out of our lives.
I don't know. I kind of think that it's not 100% a bad thing, because frankly, everything is political.
It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be, though.
But people just don't really realize. I mean, art is political. Family is political. Church is political. So those things, it becomes bad when politics is injected into everything, to the extent that it just causes us to move into these like polarized tribes. But I think the polarized tribe narrative is more of like a cable news narrative than an actual reality about.
I completely disagree. If you've seen what's happened in just, major sports in terms of the NFL and the NBA and the MLB, and the way that people are reacting to, pastimes, to entertainment, to escapism. I've seen it in every aspect.
Sport has always been political.
All right. I'm calling on Judah.
I didn't know that this podcast was political. I thought this was just about Christmas and Jesus. I can't believe we've politicized this podcast tonight.
Is that your grievance?
Can you believe that we've politicized Jesus in this country? Can you believe it, Judah?
But politics, politics has become mainstream pop culture in the last 5 years or so.
It's become a sport.
So long, and now it's like the people that used to just read gossip about, various celebrities, whether they're singers or actors or sports figures, they do the same with politicians at a higher level than in quite a long time. Whether people know what they're talking about or not, but it's mainstreamed.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
And that is, in many ways, the Trump effect. And that is what our society has become. And the worst part, which I agree with Carol on, is that there is this colossal divide that we are still dealing with, and we are going to have to figure out a way to get out of it. And that's one of the things that we try to do here on our show, which is bring as many different voices together and focus on the things where there's actually common ground. And instead of, the culture war stuff and things like that, that's always going to be a wedge issue. Abortion's a wedge issue. The Second Amendment's a wedge issue. And as long as you focus on that, and as long as corporate media continues to feed that narrative into everyday lives, that is going to continue this as our divide just gets bigger. But I think as independent media individuals, I think we all have, almost like an obligation to try to figure out a way to sort of have cooler heads prevail, because things are getting rough. And, it's obviously been great, that you guys have, come on tonight, because this conversation, I think, is immensely important, even if it is tough at times.
Yeah. Well, one thing that's been tremendously hopeful to me, if I could depart from the grievance landscape,
grievances,
that is, in this realm, is like all the workers that we've seen going out on strike or joining unions, standing up, whether it's John Deere, Kellogg's, all of these things that we've seen. And to the point of people are not as divided on these issues as you might think. I mean, there's overwhelming public support for these workers in each of these instances. When they poll, people are with the workers. And so, and the workers themselves, I mean, if you talk to the John Deere workers, they're all across the political spectrum.
Yeah.
Right. They're Bernie bros, they're Trump supporters, they're Biden people. There might be like one or two Pete people there too. You never know. Stranger things have happened. But, they've come together to stand in solidarity to fight shoulder to shoulder for something that is, about their families, but they also see it as part of a broader national trend. And what's been really inspiring to me is that a lot of these strikes are not even just about like my wages, my benefits. It's pushing back against this two-tier structure that leaves other people at a lower level than you and saying, no, I'm not going to stand for that anymore. I'm going to come along and pull my brother, pull my sister up. And so when I say, I think out there in the world, people aren't as like, about to have a civil war as the cable news gets lots of ratings to project. It's because of things like that I see. And I know the reaction you guys get to your show, the reaction we get to our show. We have people that watch that are all across the political spectrum, and they all can come together to say, fuck Jeff Bezos. So that's something hopeful to hold on to going into the next year.
Thanks for watching. If you want to support our mission to transform politics into service, please like this video, subscribe, follow us on social media, and consider joining our Patreon, where you'll get early access to our interviews as well as other exclusive content. Links are in the description. Peace out.